Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Walkney here. In this video, we're going to do a review for Guitar Hero Live. Guitar Hero Live is out now for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the Nintendo Wii U. There's two ways to get your hands on this game. You can get the single guitar version, which is basically $100, or the 2 guitar pack in the game, which is basically $150. Now, if you don't really know anything about Guitar Hero Live, it's a brand new game from the ground up. There's 2 ways to play the game. You can be a rock star on stage with a crowd in front of you and the POV of you up on stage. The crowd will boo if you start missing a bunch of notes. They'll start cheering if you start hitting a string of notes. Your bandmates will look at you and high five you, give you the thumbs up. Your bass player will blink and flirt with you. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of hard to actually concentrate on the notes themselves. Now, the other way to play it is there's a streaming service where music videos are streamed down to your console instead of a Spotify-esque way, and you can kind of pick and choose what you want to play, but for the most part, it's kind of at their mercy what you're going to play. If you want to pick an on-demand song, you got to use some tokens that you win or you can buy into, so there's real cash money at hand right here. The new guitar looks like this. It's black, gold, brown. It looks really nice. The buttons have been redesigned. Now there's 2 rows of 3, top and bottom, so that you can have a lot of stuff going on up here, up and down with your fingers. Really tricky to do some of the movements or the key strokes. Down here we got the strum. The whammy is very similar. Menu system. The hero power, formerly star power, button is there. You can tilt the guitar. So here's the way it's going to work. We're going to go quick with this. I have my list of pros and my cons, and I kind of feel like the cons maybe outweigh the pros a little bit, but you guys can let me know in the comments below what you think if you're playing Guitar Hero Live. So first, let's start with the pros. So pro number 1 is the new and improved design. It's revamped from the bottom up. The guitar is new up here. It's different than what we had in the past. I consider that a pro because it's at least innovation. We're moving forward. Another pro is the game is available on multiple consoles, so you don't have to worry about just next gen. If you have some old gen or a Nintendo Wii U or something like that, you can play it on multiple platforms. Being a rock star on stage is kind of interesting, kind of fun, and if you've never been in a band, you've never been on stage, there is kind of a true-to-life realism to sort of being up there and looking at a crowd, yelling at you, booing at you, looking at your bandmates, being behind stage, backstage. That's kind of fun in kind of a weird, stagey, overacted way. Having the leaderboards for streaming songs is another pro because it's kind of fun and challenging where you're playing something. You can kind of look at the streaming leaderboards and sort of see where you're placing, if you're doing well, if you're in 3rd, 4th, 5th place, and that kind of gives you a little boost to sort of want to, try and concentrate, to hit a bunch of notes in a row, maybe use some hero power. There is a high playability factor for this. You can go through the predetermined song list and the kind of the campaign mode, which is, it must have been about 60 plus songs, I didn't count, but lots of different venues, lots of different characteristics of the venues and the people there. One of them, you're like a skater dude, and you skateboarding backstage and you get on stage and rock out. A couple of them, you're like a all-girl group and playing like Katy Perry and some female stuff like Paramore and stuff like that. So there is a variety there and a lot of replayability. Alright, let's get on to the cons. Now, unfortunately, I think there's more cons with Guitar Hero Live, and you guys will have to let me know in the comments below what you think, what your thoughts are. So, a big con is I didn't know a lot of the songs. Now, I'm an old guy and I like rock and roll, I like pop, I like trance, I like metal, I like lots of different genres. And when it came to playing all the songs and so the campaign and even the stuff streaming on demand, I feel like I only knew about like 10 or 15 songs. I knew some of the artists, but some of the songs that they chose, I didn't really know those songs, and I'm not quite sure if they were the best choices. So that's a con, the song list. How long will the streaming service be supported? I mean, if you know Activision put out Guitar Hero Live. They had Call of Duty Elite, which is sort of this online service network, and that kind of went for a year or so and is gone. Once the streaming service, if it goes away, that's going to be a big thing that's not going to be available with the game. So I'm curious how long that's going to be, if they're going to start charging for that or something. big question mark there. Here's something that's another con. When the game is hard, it's really, really hard. And when the game is easy, it's really, really easy. Now, I can play all the Guitar Heroes and Rock Bands. I'm expert, and I can probably 95% most of the songs out there, you know, with the exception of really hard stuff. Now, on this, I was playing a lot of casual, and then I went to advanced. Casual was a little too easy, advanced was a little too hard. A lot of stuff going on with that. I'm curious if you guys get into this, you know, how you feel about the difficulty factor. There's a big jump, and I feel like the middle ground was kind of missing there. Okay, another con is the whammy bar. I have some issues with the whammy bar. I talked about in my unboxing video. So here's the whammy bar. It doesn't stay straight on both my guitars. I have two guitars, so it's always like dangling down here, and it's just cosmetic. It doesn't seem to add any extra hero power. It does a little like effect noise when you whammy and stuff, but I didn't really find a good use for it. So for the most part, I just left the whammy bar dangling down. Okay, on to the next con. We have the, this is sort of a menu thing. When you get into like the songs and stuff, it'll keep like the setting that you're on, beginner, casual, advanced, whatever. Now, when you get to like, if you're playing like with the friends at a party and you're passing the guitar around, you can't really set the difficulty like right before the song begins. You have to actually pause the song, change the difficulty, and then you resume the song, and it doesn't rewind or restart the song. So I thought that was kind of lame that you couldn't really like change the difficulty right before you're about to play a song. If you could, I couldn't figure that out. Let's see, and the last con is want to pick and choose songs from the live stream, but you gotta use coins or real world cash. I think this is going to be the biggest con with a lot of people, is the buy-in, purchasing real money things. I mean, if you get this bundle Christmas Day morning and you want to rock out for like 3 days straight, you're going to run out of the coins and the tokens that you sort of accrue, and you're going to be like, hey, I want to play some on-demand songs. I don't really want to spend any additional money. I think that's going to be a hiccup that's going to sort of really kind of put a dent in sort of the enjoyment factor, because, you know, hey, this bundle, the bundle is $150 for 2 guitars in the game. You should be able to, you know, just carry on without having to spend additional money. Also, I should mention before I wrap up this video, you can also play, so it's 2 guitars and you can play with microphones. So you can plug in a USB microphone. The wireless on the PlayStation 4 uses USB connectors, so you need a USB hub. It's a little bit of a con also, so if you want to do 2 guitars and mic, you got to get a USB hub, because there's only 2 slots on the PS4. I'm not quite sure how the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii U work, but I've been playing on the PlayStation 4, so that's basically the gist. You guys at home, let me know in the comments below what you think of Guitar Hero Live if you're playing it. Also, if you haven't seen my unboxing video, check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description below. For CoinOpTV, we'll see you guys next time.